Hey, how's it going, guys? Well, if you remember not too long ago, I did a video with this particular knife. This is the Schrade Model 503. I actually had two of them. And I was talking about the Sherlock here, and I was doing some spine whack testing. I was also giving my opinion on spine whack testing, which I'm just not a fan of. But I do understand that there's a lot of people out there in the knife community that, that like these tests, and they just like the assurance that a particular folding knife will be able to, you know, undergo this type of test. So for those people, I did end up testing this, and it failed, okay, with multiple whacks. It ended up folding on me. I think I stopped that video a little premature because I was investigating it more, and I found out, at least as to what I think is the reason why it was failing the spine whack tests. And that is because when you're putting force downward towards this spine, what's happening is, you can see where the lock is, okay? Now this disengages the lock when you push this to the right, how you're looking at it, but when it's like this, when you push it down. So, okay, you're coming down for your spine whack test, and when you hit this, it's an abrupt stop, all right? And you think that the force that's put upon the knife for the spine whack test would actually let this lock continue to travel forward, okay? So it's moving downward, an abrupt stop, you think that it would, you know, kind of push forward itself, which would obviously allow that blade to move, okay? So this is something I did not mention in that video, but, you know, after investigating it further and really kind of trying to figure out what was going on here, because I didn't find that the lock was failing, it was disengaging, okay? But when it was disengaged, I would be able to lock it back up. There was no blade play at all. I didn't find that there was any damage to the lock. So in my opinion, I don't think the lock was failing as much as it was disengaging, okay? Either way, the knife was folding, which a lot of people found to be unacceptable. So even though I kind of figured out in my mind how I think this was, you know, going awry for this particular test, I contacted Schrade, and as always, awesome customer service. Talked with them, explained the situation. They understood it. They contacted the people they needed to talk to fix the lock. So what you have in the background here is the brand new version of the 503. Now the only thing that's been changed has been internal, okay, and that is to make this lock stronger to do much better with the spine whack testing. So I never tried this yet. I want to turn the camera on and try this in person for you guys, so you guys can see the difference. So again, let me show you the old one. Okay, this is the original batch, the same knife I used last time. Let's move the board over here so we can get a fresh spot. I'm going to hold this in a safe manner so it doesn't, you know, fold on my fingers. And I'm also going to keep my thumb way away from the locking mechanism itself, right? So on the second try there, it folded up. There we go. All right, and again, it's disengaging, but I don't feel any kind of blade play. You know, the locking mechanism is still working perfectly. So again, it's very important, in my opinion, to differentiate between failing and breaking and being damaged as opposed to just being disengaged, okay? And again, I feel it's just because of gravity and force, it's pushing that lock down. As the knife stops, the lock continues to move forward and allows that to fold. All right, but nonetheless, the people who care, here's the brand new version of this knife. Works exactly the same, looks the same, okay? Also no blade play. This is directly out of the box. Just got this not too long ago. All right, so here we go. Okay, take two on the spine whack test. Let me choke down a little bit here. Make sure that everything's out of the way. Now you can see the marks here are the same, if not deeper. I'm actually giving this a little bit more oomph now. All right, let's try this. Still working just fine. I'm gonna give these a couple super duper whacks here just to see if I can get it to fail. All right, so make sure I'm getting a good grip on this, and it's going flying out of my hand. All right, we're taking chunks of wood out now. All right, still no problems here. That seems pretty damn solid to me. Same knife, same locking mechanism. Perhaps a change on the lock face, maybe an angle change, something like that. it definitely beefed this thing up. I'm not having any problems now with this thing folding. All right, again, for comparison, here's the old one. Yeah. See if this can withstand one of my super whacks. Nope. Try that again. No, that closed completely. Good thing I had my finger out of the way. All right, let's try the brand new one again. All right. And a couple more. All right, well that's, I think that's pretty conclusive. No blade play in any direction, nothing. So problem solved, right? Well, kind of. So here's the other concern people are gonna have. Yeah, that's great and all. They fixed the lock, so now it's even stronger and even better, right? It'll pass the spine whack test, that's cool. But if I order this knife, how am I gonna know I'm gonna get the new one? You know, I want the new one. I don't want the old one, of course, right? Why would you want the old one? Everyone wants the best of the best, and that totally makes sense, right? So there's really no way you can tell whether you have a new version or the original version. But here's what I suggest you do. If you like the knife, you like the design, purchase it and use it. And if you ever have a problem with it, contact Schrade. If you're one of these people that the spine whack test means a lot to you, it just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, go ahead and test it, and if it fails it, guess what? You got the old version. I'm very confident that if you call Schrade, email them, whatever, and you say, look, here's the situation, here's what was going on, you guys know about it, I got the old one, just bought one, and it's the older version, can you hook me up with the new one? I'm confident that they would help you out. I'm confident that they would certainly give you the new one with no questions asked. I've had awesome personal experience with them, and again, people are going to say, well, that's because it's you, right? Of course, everyone loves Jeff. Well, not everyone loves me, first of all. Second of all, you can definitely tell by the thumbs downs I get in my videos for some reason. But more importantly, you guys talk to me. I get thousands and thousands of messages all the time, okay? When you guys have problems, you talk to me, and I give you suggestions, and you tell me what happened. And oftentimes, someone will say, hey, I have a problem with this knife, and I'll say, contact the company, see what they do for you. And I can't even tell you how many times people say, hey, I had this problem with this Schrade model, or I was concerned about this, or I didn't like this, or I had a question. And I tell people, well, contact Schrade. You know, I don't work for Schrade. I don't know what they can do for you. Talk to them and see if they can help you out. And that's what they do. And every single time someone has sent me a message about it and I give them that suggestion, they got back to me later and said, hey, thanks, I appreciate it, they hooked me up. Every time someone had a problem with Schrade, they hooked them up, they fixed the problem. And just like you saw here, there was a problem with this knife, and very promptly they fixed the problem. They have great customer service. So don't just take it from my opinion and my personal experience, take it from other people, all of you guys, the people who are writing me talking about it. So like many awesome knife companies out there, if you have a problem, they will help you out. So you should be confident in buying this particular knife if that's a style that you like. All right, so the Sherlock is certainly a Sherlock now. All right, if you had any questions before, it's any problems with this, well, it's been fixed. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.